Okay, so here we're going to talk about some different operators, and operators are for doing comparisons. We've learned about using greater than, using equal to, or the same as, less than equal to, and stuff like that. And now we're going to look at some operators so we can do multiple comparisons at the same time. So we're looking at keywords like and or, and we'll look at not as well. Okay? And so let's start by getting an input. And so we'll say month equals input. Give the month of the year as a number. We'll say January equals 1, December equals 12. And we'll say convert it to integer, and then we'll make some decisions based on what these said. So what we're going to do is we're going to determine what season it is based on the month. And so we're going to say if month equals 1, that's January, right? We're going to say print this month is winter. Okay? And then we could say elif month equals 12. That would be December, right? This is January, December. We could say print. Oops, something happened there. This month is winter, right? And we could do that for February as well. But an easier way to do this would maybe be to combine these, right? So you can see we're doing the exact same thing over and over. If we do this again for February, we just copy this again, and that's month 2. February. Okay, this month is also winter. So we've just done the same thing 3 times in a row. Okay, and that's ideally you want to be when you are reusing code over and over again. Ideally you want to avoid duplicating efforts. And so a better way to do this is to check all these things at once. Okay, and so we could say or, and I'm going to do it the wrong way first. Okay. Alright, the wrong way to do this is to say, so it could be 2 or it could be 12. Okay, so a couple things here. So first of all, when we say or, we're going to say it could be this is true or this is true, and then I put the comma here, I have to do or as well. And so basically I'm checking multiple conditions, and if any of them is true, it'll print that. And so we try this, so I'm going to say Python and or not operator, so I press tab to autocomplete and press enter. And then I'm going to type in the month 1, and it worked. Let's run it again. So press the up arrow there. Let's try 5. And it still says this month is winter. Okay? And so the reason we're getting an error there, or the reason it's still working, is because of the way we set up our conditions. 2 and 12 as in themselves without the comparison always evaluate to true, and that's why this is the wrong way. And so the correct way is to do the comparison again and again. Okay, like that. So this would be January, February, and December. Okay, so let's try running it again. Let's make this a little bit more readable. Okay, so now we run it. And so I type in the 1, this month is winter, 4, it doesn't say anything. Okay, so let's expand this to also include spring. Okay, so we're going to go 3, so 3, 4, and 5 would be March, April, and May. And we're going to do an elif here. Okay, and we're going to say this month is spring. We can run this again, and we're going to say 5. This month is spring. Okay, and then what we can do is there's another way we can do this, and this is not using the OR operator, but it simplifies things. We can make a what's called a set or a list, and so we could say spring months equals set, and we could say 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we can say if elif month in spring months. And so what it's doing is it's looking to see if the number stored in month, which in this last case was 5, is in that set. You could also do a list. These are Python types that we haven't learned about, but for either of these, technically it should be a set, but list works as well for that too. And we can run that again, and we run the number 3. Oh, doesn't like that. Let's make it a set again. All right, let's go 3. Nope, doesn't like that either. Okay, it should be an empty set when I do that. Here we go. I think actually what I ended up creating there was a tuple, but okay, 4, 6. Okay, if we want to make it a list, we would go like this. I'm not sure what the notation is for a set, but we run it again, and it still works. Okay, and so we can repeat that if we want, or we can say for the summer months, we can say if month equals 6, or month is equal to 7, or month is equal to 8. This month is summer, and we'll say June, July, August. Okay, and so here we're using that OR operator to make comparisons. Okay, and we use it to determine, this month of the year. We had an alternative method here that we used where we create a variable that stored all the numbers, and we just checked to see if it was in that list. So the next thing we're going to look at is the AND operator, and give the hour of the day. Day from 1 to 23. 24 actually. Okay, and we'll call this hour. And so we'll do like a little calendar thing here. So we'll say if the hour is greater than, let's say 13, and we'll say 14. So if the hour is greater than 14, we'll say it's nap time, but it's not going to be nap time for the rest of the day after 14. So it's only going to be from like 2 o'clock, 14 is 2 o'clock to like maybe 4 o'clock. We have to say and, we'll say greater than or equal to, and hour is less than maybe 17. We can say print, maybe say it is nap time. Okay, and what we've done here is we're checking to see if the number is between those two values. Okay, and so we're using this AND keyword to check to see if both this is true and that's true. Okay, if we used OR here, then this whole condition will end up being true if one of these is true, and so then this is going to always end up getting triggered because that's always going to be greater than 14 or less than 17. If we want it to be between those two numbers, we have to use AND. Okay, and we could say maybe elif hour equals, sure what time people eat dinner. We'll say hour is greater than or equal to 17, and hour is let's say dinner's at 6. That would be 12:18. So hours less than 18. Print it is time to make dinner. Okay. And maybe elif hour is greater than 20, or hour is less than 6. We can say it is time to sleep. And so in this case, you could see we used or because these are different ranges, greater than 20 or less than 6. So we could change the order there too. So this would be like nighttime. And so we can do lots of things here. And then let's also look at the not operator. So if hour is not, so basically if we, let's say, so we can say not equal, so hour not equal to 7, print it is not 7 o'clock. Okay, so let's try running this. Hour of the day, let's try it. Putting in 2, it's time to sleep. Put in 6, it's not 7 o'clock. Put in 14, nap time. Put in 17, okay. And then we have some that are not filled in. But this is how you can use those AND operators in a case where you might use an OR instead. We still haven't used this not keyword. Basically, you could use it like this. If we did that, we can invert the logic here. And we could say not like that. And then that would serve that would do the same thing as we had before. Okay, so here's some of the different operators there, and now you have a chance to kind of apply them on some of the exercises.